Okay, so let's unpack this roadmap you've shared for becoming a full-stack software developer.
Let's do it.
Our mission today is pretty clear. Really just distill what that path looks like, the fastest path to getting job ready. So to start, what even is full stack? I mean, at its core, it's the ability to design, build, and deploy an entire application, right?
Yeah.
Both front end and back end.
Exactly. And, understanding why that's so valuable right now is really the key.
Okay.
Full stack devs bring, well, a ton of speed and efficiency, especially for smaller companies like startups or SMEs.
Right, fewer people to coordinate.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the real value isn't just about coding faster. Some of the data suggests it cuts debugging time by up to 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, because one person they own the whole architecture from the user screen all the way down to the database.
That makes a lot of sense. So what does that architecture actually look like? I see you've broken it down into four essential layers.
Yep, four main layers.
First up is the front end. This is what the user sees, what they click on. So we're talking HTML, CSS, JavaScript, maybe a framework like React.
That's the one. And second, you have the back end. That's all the logic, the authentication, building out the API.
The brains of the operation.
The brains, yeah. Using things like Node.js or maybe Java or Python.
And then the database. You need somewhere to put all the data.
For sure. That could be a relational database like MySQL or, a document database like MongoDB.
And finally, the one I think a lot of people forget about, DevOps and deployment.
Oh, it's so crucial. This is about hosting, security, getting your app online and keeping it there.
Yeah.
Is where you use tools like AWS for the cloud, Docker, package things up.
And Kubernetes for scaling it all.
Exactly.
Okay, that is a huge list of technologies. You mentioned people don't need to learn everything. How do you even begin to choose?
You don't. You focus on one robust stack.
Okay.
So for example, the MERN stack, that's MongoDB, Express, React, and Node, is super popular for startups. It's just very flexible.
But if you were aiming for, say, a big bank,
Then you'd probably look at a Java full stack with Spring Boot. It's known for being incredibly stable and secure. And then there's Python, of course, if you're doing anything with AI or machine learning.
which leads us to the biggest question everyone always has. How long does this all take? You're saying 9 to 12 months. That feels incredibly fast.
It is fast. And to be clear, that's to be internship or entry-level ready. It assumes you're being really consistent with your practice.
So it's about managing expectations. You've got milestones here.
Right. Months 1 to 3 are just pure front-end basics, building simple things. Then months 4 to 7, you really dive into the back-end, databases, and building those critical APIs.
And this next bit, months 7 to 9, seems to be where the rubber meets the road, building 5 to 8 real projects and deploying them. Why is that deployment part so important?
Because, deployment is the handshake between your code and the real world. Without it, it's just code on your laptop.
It's a recipe that never becomes dinner.
Great way to put it. Companies today don't really care about certificates. They want to see what you've actually built and deployed. They want a portfolio with 5 or more live projects on something like AWS or Azure.
So that experience shows you get the whole life cycle.
It's non-negotiable.
Okay, so hard skills are logic, APIs, databases, and cloud deployment. But if you're owning the whole thing, that brings up the human side, soft skills.
Absolutely. You are the glue. So you need excellent collaboration skills
Yeah.
and what we call systems thinking, especially for debugging.
You have to trace an error all the way through the system.
All the way through, from the front end through the API to the back end and into the database. And you need to communicate that clearly to clients, designers, everyone.
So let's summarize this for someone starting out. The advice seems to be choose one stack, maybe MERN or Java to start.
Yep, great starting points.
Focus ruthlessly on real projects, and this is the big one, deploy every single project you build online.
That's the roadmap. And it kind of raises a final important question for you to think about as you start. Given that a full stack developer has to handle this entire architecture, often under pressure, what does that say about the balance you need to strike? The balance between deep, specialized knowledge like becoming a Python expert just for AI, and the broader, generalized system thinking you need to actually make any large application successful in the real world.
Something to think about.
That's the balance you have to find.